Greetings, all you, I don't know, bonfire babies. When I started that, didn't have one. Bonfire babies. That's what we're doing. Welcome back to Erico Blueberry. It's an unassuming Destiny podcast. My name is Chillybin.
It's me, Meckii.
Yes. What I meant by bonfire babies is it's solstice time. We missed last week's episode, so we didn't get to talk about it then, but we will now in this one. I'm gonna fucking do this live. I'm just gonna shuffle your video feed a little bit to the left, and that's gonna make it into the final cut because fuck it, I didn't notice that it was out of shot or out of alignment before we started.
What if I just moved after you did that?
I'm gonna come through this video feed and just throttle you.
Nice stutter, Elmer Fudd.
I was trying to think which threat to make, and three of them were competing to make it past my lips.
Humado.
Yes. So it's been a couple weeks. We had I forget, like sickness, busyness, general life get in the way. Also, there wasn't a heap changing week to week, but that has changed as of last week. We've got Solstice to talk about. We've got a bunch of kind of, I don't know, intriguing Veil containment lore updates. The drip feed continues, and I, for one, love drip coffee. There's also, some other bits and pieces around, and we'll get into that. What was the last thing you did in the video game Destiny 2?
Solstice. I'll play Solstice.
Sopiss?
Solstice.
I piss on my soul.
I've been playing a lot of Solstice. And then doing the Veil containments.
Yeah, that has been the only things I've done in the past week.
Yeah.
Just
log in,
dip in, do my stuff.
Have someone read a Whittle story to me, and then go play Solstice.
Yeah, that has largely been my experience. I am still, what am I doing? I'm playing a lot of Diablo 4 still. Playing a lot of physical Magic the Gathering in person with a bunch of people. Did that at a whole weekend doing that at an event. I'm a psycho. On the Sunday morning, so it was like Saturday, Sunday, on the Sunday morning, I ran a half marathon and then went back to the Magic event after that. It was, the run started at just before 7 in the morning on Sunday. So I had to get up at 5, drive into the city, park, go to the run, get warmed up. It was 4 degrees. Do the run. Go back to the office in the city. Thankfully, we have after hours access on our cards. So went to the office, used the showers there, got in the car, went and played Magic after getting breakfast with one of the homies. But the best thing was I was, of course, wearing the finisher medal that I got for the half marathon the whole day. And at one point, I was standing there just chatting to some people who were playing a game, and this guy I had never met before. He's like, "Hey, quick question. How long ago did you do that run to be still wearing the medal?" And I just
6 weeks.
No, I just stared him down. I was like, "My guy, I ran this morning." And he's like, "All right, fair enough. See you later."
He thought you were just sort of some weird freak. Yeah. He was just really proud of a marathon he ran in 2014 or something.
And honestly, fair. Those things are hard as fuck.
You should have just turned up in your marathon gear.
Nah, because I was sweaty and I was gross.
Just committed to the grind.
But I
turn up.
But I also went to a whole cafe between the two, so wasn't about to go do that. But it's also
love Magic, but how much stink would you really be adding to that event?
It's fair. It's fair. If you don't turn up smelling like shit, are you really a Magic player?
Sweaty, undeodorized, crack out.
I'm trying to work against that perception. I'm trying to be the change I wish to see in the community.
Which is good, especially as a female in the community. Appreciate deodorant.
It's the literal least I can do. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I'm also moving house in 2 weeks. So there's been a few things to figure out in the last couple of weeks. Like, I think one of the weekends where we like missed our usual recording date, and usually we'd just like make it up on the Friday or the Saturday, but like the Saturday was me going to do the inspection at the house that we are now moving into. So like had some time critical stuff going on. But here we are.
Yeah.
We're back doing this thing.
We're back, baby.
That's it. Should we start with Solstice? That feels like
Solstice.
easy enough to cover off. It's largely the same as it has been. You're killing dudes. They drop a ball. You throw the ball at the bonfire. You kill a big dude at the end. And the bonfire spits out toasty marshmallows full of goodness.
Yeah.
There's also like, it feels like the rough observation I've made is like you're basically trying to get to 30 things deposited, and every 10 it will interrupt the whole thing, spawn a whole bunch of taken on the rooftops. You got to get up there, wipe them out, and then go back to the whole thing. The hardest part is when those igniters drop. They've got like a 5-second timer before they just despawn.
Yeah, luckily the orbs have like tracking, like decent tracking on it. So sometimes you can just wang 2 or 3. I've done 3 occasionally.
Yeah, and to be fair, the modifiers on the event are encouraging you to move around as a group of 3, and that way you can just quickly throw them all in.
Someone please tell the blueberries.
Yeah, I've had I would say like 60% success rate on people actually doing that just in matchmaking, which is. I'm conflicted because I can quite easily solo like one of those waves of enemies and get the igniters to drop and everything's dead. But the hard part is getting all of the igniters into the fucking bonfire.
Yeah.
So
that's
what are you gonna do?
That's the handoff.
Yes. But it's still a good time. You're running around doing stuff constantly for like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's all go, and it's also to get the silver leaves and stuff. It's also pushing people to do more of the other activities. Like I've run altars on the moon for the first time in forever.
Yeah, because also the event card has like what 6 different triumphs on it, which is like go do altars or blind well, and it's like basically forcing you to go through and do all of the shit that's in the game again. So I'll go do a Dares of Eternity or something, right?
Altars and blind well shit out leaves. So
yeah,
like no biggie.
Yeah. And yeah, it's also like doing a bit more in the last week has made me realize, I still need to like grind out the seasonal title. Even though like I've given up on purchasing the physical pins because the shipping has got out of hand. Like
I want a pin so bad, but I can't justify the shipping.
The fucking pins are like what 20 something US, and then the shipping to Australia is like 40 to 50. It's just ludicrous.
Just to iterate to people, this is not Bungie's fault.
No, God no.
Super help it.
No, like they are not the shipping company. They are not in charge of that shit. But it's just finally reached a point where I can't personally justify it anymore. Like if it's a bigger item, sure, great. Like then it makes a bit more sense. But it's like, this is the box they come in. Like I haven't even taken this one out yet. It's the Lightfall Legendary Campaign one. Like it's fuck all. This should not cost 40 to 50 US dollars to ship internationally.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
And yeah, it's fucked across the board.
Yeah. So like I'll probably still get them for stuff like that where it's like, the ones that you get for doing a dungeon or a legendary campaign, because they're really nice and shiny and they do some interesting treatments on them. But just the ones that you get for every like seal in the game, I've given up on that, which is annoying because like I've basically got a streak going of earning and getting them. But they're just up there behind my monitors.
It's just the dredging 9 times.
No, the thing is like
pin.
I missed the pin, like the physical pin for that, because I didn't get dredging when it first came around. I got it like much later. I think I got it like the season before gilding existed. So I'm gilded like as much as I can be, but I earned it for the first time much later than when you could actually get the physical pin. Maybe I'll just get a fucking Gambit tattoo instead. You know, I know
Trojan
people with
tattoo.
Destiny tattoos. I do not know anyone with a Gambit tattoo.
Just straight up, just get the pin tattooed on you.
Yeah, or get like the Gambit logo, but have it transition into like a Japanese style snake tattoo.
That'd be fun.
Just blowing out the top.
That'd be fun.
Real weird. I don't know. I keep thinking about tattoos.
I do too, and then I remember that I'm getting a blackout sleeve, so like
that's a lot of ink.
I've cancelled out half the real estate on my body for tattoos.
Yeah, I've got
like, I could get this, and then I realized this whole arm's going to be covered eventually.
I've got like just vague ideas, but nothing that I'm at the point of going to talk to an artist about.
I do want Destiny tattoos. It's just it's one of those things where I've got to decide on what and where.
Well, like the other side of it for me is like, and I was talking about relatedly, like merchandise for like Magic the Gathering as well, is like what I want is not just symbols from the game on a thing. I want a thing that is like referencing it or an homage to it that like fans of it will immediately recognize, but on face value on its own to someone independent of that, it just like there's still something there to appreciate without having the attachment to the source material.
I'm like that with, there's a couple of different band tattoos I want.
Yeah.
Where I don't just outright want the logo of the band, and then I don't want a huge chunk of lyrics on me or something like that. So it's like, it's deciding what do you get. Yeah.
Like I would love to do like a Coheed and Cambria thing because they have a lot of symbols to pull from and combine and do interesting stuff with. You could get real obscure with that. But everyone's done the classic like keywork tattoo of like the circles with the triangle behind it and the whole thing. One day soon I'll get another one. I'll get one on my lunch break.
Hell yeah.
There's like 4 people at work that just do that sometimes. Super impulsive.
Fun little sticker. Why not?
Just get a couple $100, get a little flash piece. Solstice. Where are we up to?
Solstice.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to try and gild my Flamekeeper title.
I'm definitely going to give it a go.
I'm close just by playing it normally.
Yeah, same. I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Reset for the next batch of
Revler.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you need to gild it. You just need to get the one that you didn't get, right?
I'm not quite sure.
Or do you have to get
I
all
want to cover
4?
my base.
Yeah, do you have to get all 4
I'm not sure, but I
row?
want to cover my bases.
Yeah, that's hard.
Just in case.
That's hard. I'm not sure what the requirements there are. I did kind of enjoy, like, you get one of the triumphs on the event card, and it's like, you've unlocked the ability to purchase these sunglasses. Have you seen those things?
Yeah. They're not bad. I actually don't mind them.
They're like your classic Ray-Ban, like, Wayfarer style.
Design on them's really pretty.
Like a gold print kind of thing on the arms, but black across the front.
I think it's pretty.
Yeah, they look nice. I don't need them. Probably just some like $30 plastic thing that they've slapped a like layer over the top of. But it's kind of neat. Different kind of merch. I'm here for it. Where is my Destiny bathrobe? That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Destiny
or like Woody. Don't say don't say Crocs.
No Destiny Crocs. Where are my Destiny gibbets?
Yeah, you want gibbets, not Crocs. Palladium Destiny Crocs with Destiny gibbets.
Fuck yeah. Look, I'm this close to wearing high-heeled Crocs to my day job's awards night.
You should.
They got platform Crocs now, and I'm
Crocs, but make it fashion.
Nah, unfortunately, my awards night is a cocktail dress affair. So.
Cocktail dress. Didn't say anything about the shoes.
True.
Cocktail Crocs. Croctails.
Croctails. Ooh.
I did that in my head too. I never watched DuckTales, but I know I have enough cultural osmosis to make that joke in my head. Oh, dear.
Speaking of DuckTales, you hoarding anything?
Is that a DuckTales thing? What?
Scrooge.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
So he dives in the big gold pile. That's
Yes.
what I thought of.
No, I don't think I am. I think that for me is like just a Guardian Games bit. Because the drop rates are always weird for like one or two things. I don't think I've seen anything in what I've played of Solstice to go like, this is the thing that is dropping a lot. What are you hoarding? You're hoarding something, aren't you?
Yeah. I've been dropping a lot of crowning duolog.
Is that the Stasis rocket launcher?
Rocky launcher. Yes.
Green rocket.
I have 12.
Okay. It's respectable.
Respectable.
What's the target after the 3 weeks of the event? What's the number? What are you trying to hit?
It's hard to say because sometimes I'll drop 2 or 3 in a few hours of playing Destiny and doing the Solstice. And then I can go multiple matches without getting one. It's not like Guardian Games where like the fun one is the funny thing is that you get 2 or 3 every match.
And then you've got the chests in the tower that you get like 4 or 5 out of. When we were playing and I was like, oh my God, 5 and then the gun. Yes. Let's see. We've done like a week-ish. You've got 12.
I'd hope to have maybe 20 to 30. That would be funny.
Okay. I'm going to write down the number 30. 30 rocket launches. And then we're going to check back in and we're going to see.
Or next week, we'll look at that and be like, what the fuck is that in reference to?
Yeah, probably. I'm just going to leave that there with no context.
What the hell?
Hopefully there's enough collective brain power for us to work that out. Also, next week is probably like, I reckon I'll be able to record next week, but the week after will be the night before we move house. So probably
everything will be packed.
Or I'm just like on my phone, just like vertical video, like, what's up, guys? I'm in the back of this moving truck. I don't know where I'm going, but I've paid them half price. Word
on the street with the little Rode mic clipped onto like your hoodie.
Dude, I have that mic set.
Fuck yeah.
The little square ones with the little windsock on top. Yeah, I have that.
Oh yeah.
What I need to do is get like one of those like handheld camera mounts and just like so I can do the full vlogger asshole bullshit. Just like strap it on top.
One of those, the new GoPro like 360s that everyone's got at the moment. That makes you nauseous. You're like, oof.
No. See if I can do some live stream setup. I'm just like walking around the new neighborhood talking to you, trying to record one of these on my phone. It will not work.
Doxing yourself.
Yeah, fully. No, actually, the camera is only pointing up at me, so all you see is the sky. But then again, like, people can work it out from that. If the video's good enough.
People have worked it out from cabinetry, so I really...
Yeah, get onto Rainbolt. He'll just fucking Google Street View my whole ass.
My booty. My booty.
He just like hacks into a Google Street View card, rolls up on me. He's like, what's up? I found you. Stop recording. Please stop. Right.
You cannot hide from me.
Fuck, we will talk about anything but Destiny, huh?
While we're in a silly, goofy time,
yes.
Did you see the week that the Titan submarine went under? Destiny decided to drop their prototype submersible.
Yes. Yes.
And the about me is someone tested this thing under pressure, right?
Yeah. There's
And I don't know if that was just an unfortunate coincidence or someone at Bungie went,
I don't think Bungie's brand voice would allow for that kind of macabre humor. I think it's very funny the way it's worked out. But I don't think it's intentional. I hope.
The funniest part of that is when that tweet went out and people were like, "Hey yo, what the hell?" And they weren't pissed. They were just like, "Lol, this is so funny." Someone also pointed out that it was also on sale in the store, like a discounted rate too.
I mean,
how unfortunate.
It is damaged.
Bungie.
Damaged goods. Why would you pay full price?
Forget
Gosh.
The witness charcuterieng a ghost and a guardian.
Yeah.
Do you want high pressure guardian jam?
I want my Vex milk condensed.
I just thought that was really funny, so I threw that in the show notes. Just like, oopsies.
I will also say, like, related, because you mentioned Twitter. I have...
Sorry, X?
No, yeah, so, do you want to send a quick zeet? Have you seen they've updated their documentation? So it's not a tweet, it's an XEET. It's a zeet.
I love that everyone's doing and then linking to porn sites, like trying to trick people into pressing like X and X videos. I saw
someone post a screenshot of their browser, and it was like browser tabs, but they'd done it in a way that you couldn't. It was just like down to the icon. It didn't have the name of the site, and it was like 8 different websites with the logo next to it was just an X with a different color, different font, whatever. And they were like, all but one of these are porn sites. The other one is Twitter. Actually fucked. But no, what I was going to say is like them doing that switch to try to rebrand as X was the thing that finally made me remove Twitter from my home screen. Like I haven't shut down my account or anything just yet because I'm trying to like work out how much I actually need it for like anything. Because there's one group chat I'm in only on Twitter that is actually kind of needed on a semi-weekly basis. But other than that, I could honestly delete it at any moment. But even just removing it from my home screen and taking it out of like that quick access on my phone has made me just not look at it at all. And man, do I feel better about a lot of things.
Barely look at it unless I get a notification or I have a thought. I want to put out some like cursed fucking tweet into the world. Yeah. Like,
but what it has kind of done for me is like right before I did that, there happened to be a lot of negative sentiment on Twitter about Destiny, and I was getting kind of bummed about it because I was also kind of feeling like I'm not playing as much at the moment. That's okay, like as we often talk about, but that was also like making me feel like I was doing it for a reason other than what I actually was. Like maybe I was doing it because I don't like the game anymore. It's like, no, actually, it's not that. And the last week has proven that because like I'm not looking at Twitter. That poison is not getting in my brain. I'm like, no, I do actually enjoy this game. I just needed to stop listening to shitheads about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've gone over it before, but man, there are some fucking people tweeting about Destiny who don't have any wrinkles in their fucking brain. I can say that much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's people with platforms and mouths.
We won't go into it too much because it's so stupid, but the whole boycott Destiny thing is the funniest fucking shit.
People need to learn what boycott actually means.
They have your money, and also the narrative around why that people are boycotting keeps fucking changing.
Yeah.
No one actually knows why they're boycotting, which is the funniest part.
No.
Oh, it's because they sunset content. And then next minute, it's because it's too expensive to start playing the game. It's ridiculous.
And
then it's easy. It's because they won't add new content. And I'm like, y'all don't even know what you're mad at.
Yeah.
Just don't play the game.
Yeah, easy. Go play
It's not a boycott.
Else.
You're just not playing it.
Yeah. Other people
It doesn't need a name. You just stopped playing it. You're not enjoying it anymore, and that's fine. You don't have to call it a boycott. Just don't play it.
Yeah, put this like self-righteous shit away. Like just because you're mad and sad doesn't mean that others give a shit at all or have to.
Do your health a massive bonus and don't play it. Don't get worked up about it. Don't spend all day tweeting about it.
Yeah. And
homie, you've got 50k tweets on your profile and 99% of them are you replying to people about how much you hate Destiny 2. Get a job.
do anything else with your time, or like me, just stop looking at Twitter.
Go for a walk. Go to the gym.
It's easy. Oh my god. Fuck off, Epic Games. Stop updating
Crank
shit.
your hog. Anything but what you're doing, because it's lame and cringe. And if I dated someone and found out they did that, that's that's a red flag. You spend all day on Twitter arguing. Bye.
Yes. But yeah, all that to say, I very much enjoyed doing that. I also, while I was at it, was like, cool, I'm just going to fucking remove the Facebook app from my home screen as well while I'm at it.
Because I only use Messenger.
Yeah, I only use Messenger. Like the only reason I'm still on there is because there's a lot of people I know that still use the events functionality in there to like organize shit. So like I want to at least still have a presence there, but I could not tell you the last time I posted something to Facebook that wasn't a comment or like a response to something that I was directly tagged in.
Yeah, same.
Otherwise, miss me with that shit. Meta these nuts.
Amazing.
Yes. But yeah, I'm on the co-host train. I'm trying to like get into chosting. It's a very different relationship with the idea of like social media. It's not really social media. It's just like you just go post some shit. They don't even show you. They don't have likes. Their notifications don't really notify you unless you go into the screen in the app in the website. They don't have an app. It's just like very low effort, and I'm here for it.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I checked out Threads.
Oh my god.
Went on and posted. I just use Threads to shit post at this point.
Well, the thing that I don't like is that now that shit posting is attached to my Instagram account, and I can't separate that. Because if you try to delete your
post on my Insta.
Well, yeah, but like I never did. I always did that over on Twitter if I was going to do it at all. And if I want to get rid of my Threads account because I'm not using it, I have to delete my Instagram account, which is then also my Facebook account. And I'm just like, I cannot begin to untangle this right now. Please, why have you done this?
Why? Father, why?
Exactly.
I think I just
but also like Twitter was just like
threads about drink driving constantly.
That's dark as hell. But like the main difference is Twitter was just like everybody was on there just doing their own weird shit, and then Threads is like basically just influencers trying to sell you shit in a different way. It's like, go away. This is not what I wanted. And you've also just built something that looks like Twitter to do it with.
I took Threads as an opportunity to only follow the people I wanted to follow.
Yeah, but like I did that too. And then like it'll show me one post from someone I follow, and then everything after it is some other shit.
Amazing.
Like they've built all of the worst parts of Twitter immediately. They haven't even started with a better idea.
Amazing. I love social media.
The internet was a mistake.
The internet is for porn.
It is, yeah. On X.com. Or whatever.
Amazing. The internet is for Destiny.
Yes.
That's how I play Destiny. I link to the internet and I go beep boop shoot shoot. Yay.
Yes. The one like one of what will probably be one of the last good things I saw on Twitter relating to Destiny was a bit of a thread about some legal proceedings as they pertain to Bungie. Basically, someone targeted harassment towards Bungie staff members actually got in trouble, and they've now established a legal precedent for that kind of harassment.
Doxing and harassment, yeah.
Yeah, based on like, you know, them having a public persona and that being part of their job, etc. And that was good to see, because I know you and I both get quite distraught when we see repeated instances of that kind of shit happening, and like it's seeming like no one could really do anything about it.
Yeah, now, and it's interesting. It's exciting if you. I know a lot of content creators who deal with this shit. And there's just been no legal way other than slapping these people with restraining orders, interim orders, do not contact orders, harassment complaints.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Basically
there's nothing they can
worded
do.
Email. Like, what is that going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. And now legally there is grounds to try and do something about people who do this. So it's not only helping employees of companies who are experiencing this, it's going to help content creators who have to deal with this, and even individuals. As someone who recently actually has been harassed by someone who runs multiple fake accounts and you block that account, they come back, they send you your own address. Don't worry, I'm good. They sent me the wrong address. It's fine. I don't have my real name associated with my online presence. That's reassuring to people like me as well, where we're like, wait, the law is actually starting to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because there have been enough like instances where it's gone as far as it can and it's been really catastrophic.
But it's also great that Bungie stepped up as a company and said, we will help you.
Yeah. Yeah, that is huge. And like the thread goes into that. Shout out to, I'm going to try and pronounce this right, Catherine Tewson, Tewson, for kind of giving a pretty good high level.
They broke it down,
yeah. High level overview of it, because it sounds like she works for the law firm that was involved with it, because the language in the initial tweet is like a win we got yesterday on behalf of Bungie.
Yeah, they definitely go into a lot of detail about it, and just break down. They also admit that it wasn't just them. They worked with a team of people to figure out who it was. And apparently they figured it out pretty quickly. So let that be a warning to people. You're not as anonymous as you think you are.
Yeah.
And apparently initially the guy who did it did not show up to argue his case. He didn't turn up to pre-proceedings, all of the other stuff. Deposition, is that what it is? When you have to go and give your evidence? Yeah.
Something like that, if it's not that.
So he didn't turn up, so the court granted their motion for a default judgment, making him liable for nearly $500,000. So he's got to repay Bungie for what they spent investigating him, plus other things. They link they don't have their pronouns on their bio, so
yeah, that's my bad. I fully assumed before.
No, that's okay. They provided all the court documents and stuff as well, and now this guy's name is out in the open, and he'll forever be known as the nerd who lost his entire existence over getting mad about a video game.
Yeah, and also like to do it towards like Bungie community managers or developers, like these are some of the most transparent people within the games industry, and you're basically fucking it up for everyone by doing this shit. Like,
yeah,
get clowned on, idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Imagine trying to apply for a job and that shows up on your record and you have to explain to them that you harassed another human being with violence, docs, because of a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you have a criminal record? You now have to say yes, and you have to say this. That's...
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Like, that's nutty.
It's so easy to not do this.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like, definitely, if you can find the thread that they posted, definitely read through it if you haven't already, just because absolutely nutty. But then there was a screenshot I saw recently where it was, I think it might have come from Reddit, I'm not quite sure, where it was Bungie's official account, and they said, hey, we're not going to be really communicating or talking with you guys outside of the forums.
I was about to mention that. Yeah.
And someone posted it on Twitter in support. It was just like, this is still fucking happening, guys, after everything. After you've just discovered you could be sued for $500,000 for doing this shit. Like, this is still happening. These people are still facing this. You've already chased out one of our best community managers. Like, really? And then just the responses being like, well, if they made a better game, hey, when are you bringing this gun back into the game? Or if they didn't charge so much, and just like, it was really reassuring to see other people come in and just be like, hey, read the fucking room, my guy.
Read the message even.
Yeah.
Like, this exact behavior is what they're describing.
And it's a shame because they see so much negativity, and it's because they're people like us. kind of just keep to ourselves. Obviously, apart from an entire podcast about the game and how much we enjoy it. But
but like also explicitly trying to bring that voice as like the center of it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, also these shitheads push people away. They don't want to interact with Destiny media because in some cases, all I've tweeted is not even tweeted on Instagram. I commented a purple love heart on a post about Saint 14. And I had shitheads in the comments like saying homophobic shit going on. We still play this game? Me. And I'm like, bro, I left a fucking purple heart.
Yeah. Also, like,
on a post about how much the community loves Saint 14.
Yeah, but also those sort of comments.
Fuck off.
Those sort of comments imply that like it's coming from someone who doesn't play the game or hasn't for a while. It's like you are still devoting so much energy to being a piece of shit about a game you don't play. Get a life. Do anything else with your time. Holy shit.
But it's also the people who... So sometimes I'll do this. I'll see someone complaining about the game and how shitty it is. And I'll go find their Steam profile, and sure enough, they're playing it as I find them, or they've played it recently, and they've got 7,000 hours to the game. I'm like, what if you just uninstalled?
Just play less. Do something else for a bit.
Play when there's new content.
Yeah.
Uninstall the game if you hate it that much. Why are you wasting so much of your life? That's the thing too. Like that's not even depressing. That's kind of the Nelson Muntz ha moment of it all is like you are wasting your existence on something you hate.
Yeah.
You could be doing something you love. Hanging out with people, telling your friends you love them, getting beers with your friends if you're of age or drink.
Yeah.
Going to the park with your friends, hanging out with your family. Instead, you're sitting fucking in a chair or on your phone with your posture like a fucking shrimp, angrily screaming at a company that'll never see your
yeah, they've long blocked you by now.
Fucking shrimp ass white boy, fucking crying about Destiny on Twitter, bro.
I will.
It's so sad. It's pathetic. I'm going to be honest with you. I find it pathetic, and people
I will
get
buy
tilted.
that person a different video game. I will do that. Here's $100. Go play anything else. I will buy it for you. Just fuck off and do that.
It's just, and that's the thing too. It's like people will get so tilted by the word, but I think it's pathetic. It's sad. It's depressing. It's depressing.
But you're gonna look back on your deathbed and be happy with the fact that you spent all this time.
I spent 35k tweets about a game I hate.
But I sunk 8,000 hours into long past the point of enjoyment.
Dad, will you come play Smash Brothers with us? Not now. I'm yelling at the people on Twitter about Destiny 2.
Dad, that game hasn't existed for 30 years.
Honey, I've gone into labor. Shh. Wait. DMG just tweeted something about a gun.
DMG just tweeted about Riot Games, his new employer.
Sorry.
DMG just zeeted.
Do you want to hold your son? Shh. A non-male in the Bungie community has an opinion that isn't negative.
I must go to work. Fetch me my keyboard.
Opens his Samsung Fold.
Oh my god.
I have to get the big screen out for this one.
Grabs his phone. He's just like, hey Siri, remind me to be a piece of shit later.
He's dictating.
Yeah. Stop. Hey Bungie, stop.
Just making
Stop Destiny.
The saddest bachelor meal of like pasta and butter that you've ever seen in your life, dictating hate speech.
As if it's bread rolls and a bachelor's handbag. You know it. Just a great meal.
God damn it. I was too busy yelling at Bungie my pizza rolls got burnt. This is obviously Bungie's fault. This is what we think of you.
If they made a better game, I wouldn't have to write so much about it.
I was in the middle of my 13-page thread and I missed the Uber Eats, man. Fuck.
My manifesto. I must write.
Shit.
Fuck them. Veil containment? You want to just switch it up? Do something completely different?
It's our monthly roasting of chuds in the Destiny community.
Like, I don't like to do it here, but sometimes we collectively need it. Sometimes that's private talk. Sometimes we use words we don't want to put in the edit. Anyway, veil containment.
Veil containment. We missed, what is it, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, I thought we were past the point where they were still issuing updates, but it seems like they very much are, based on the notes from this week.
Yes, which I thought was interesting because they're like, hey, they set like a parameter, I guess, where they were like, hey, yeah, definitely this is what's left of these recordings. Which lines up to Season of the Redacted coming out anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we've got the showcase on the 22nd of August or thereabouts. And then that usually is then like the day before the new season drops.
So yeah, it lines up with season reset.
Cool. Cool.
So the last few weeks of containment.
Yeah, these are your notes. I can't be the one to sort of read through these right now.
It's all right. So we come into a containment where I keep forgetting her name.
Chioma Essie?
Yeah, for some reason I keep going to call her Chiso. I don't know why. Chioma Essie. She opens up by saying everyone's dead in their group.
Yep.
Maya, it sounds like Maya just said, "Oop, everyone dies. Time to die. Goodbye." And
it's like
Maya referred to it
situation.
as
what are we doing?
A little bit. And we'll get into it in a little bit about how it ties into everything. Mm-hmm. But Maya had been calling the collective consciousness a wellspring, referring it to as wellsprings and rivers when talking about this collective consciousness.
Like through Lightfall, the Cloud Striders were talking about like River of Souls or something, right? As like where they all return to when they die.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But essentially what happens is Maya sacrificing everyone, they realize runs parallel with the origin of the Witness, where it was a mass sacrifice to create a collective mind.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like a sacrifice in the sense that they all died. They like gave up their physical form to coalesce.
Which it's almost like it kind of ties into Maya wanting everyone to become exos, and then the exos hooking up to the veil, and then obviously that hasn't worked, so she's done the quote unquote sacrifice. So they realize that what Maya did, so Osiris realizes what Maya did runs parallel with what happened with the Witness. Like it's not exactly the same, it's the same journey though. And then Osiris likened the sacrifice or the convergence as a conductor and a chorus, which I thought was a really interesting reference.
Yes. Yeah, that does feel like that kind of sentiment does line up with the Witness, where it's kind of like, I don't know if like the being or the entity that we know as the Witness existed before my fucking video. I'm gonna just stare at the ceiling. Apparently,
deep in thought.
Yes, no. The entity we know as a Witness, I don't think it existed prior to their convergence. I think that is the result of it. But if it is actually, there was someone and then they all kind of got in their trench coat, so to speak, then that is a pretty direct parallel to this.
Yeah.
But the imagery is good and striking.
Yeah. So basically there's an expansion of it in the next recording where it was Maya was pulling quote unquote brain dead exos out of storage or out of containment facilities. So I guess cryostasis or whatever, and then trying to connect them to the veil.
Right.
And they said she projected a mental imprint on an exo. And we find out that is Lakshmi too, which is huge. It uses Lakshmi's voices and memories, or I think I meant Maya's there. And Osiris realizes that this could throw what we know of the future war cult and Lakshmi too into question.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like not sure where the voice comes from. Like it could have been like there was an exo Lakshmi, and the 2 represents the fact that they have been rebooted. So like Lakshmi would have had a voice. So I think what that's saying is Maya was speaking, but it was using the voice of that exo
Lakshmi's
frame.
Voice, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is hinted out pretty heavily that Lakshmi 2 or Lakshmi is an exo of Maya.
Yes.
Or
you know what's wild about this?
Some link.
So in the like weeks since that dropped in the game, people went back through like Reddit archives and found someone who called this 7 years ago. And think back 7 years, how little information we had about Future War Cult, Lakshmi 2, Maya Sundaresh, other than like name drops here or there in random lore books. And somebody was like, there's enough lining up here that I think they're the same person.
Amazing.
It's just
I wish I had that kind of brain.
Yeah, people are deep in these lore archives.
We find out, which I guess might be the beginning of the Cloud Arc, but Maya successfully connected everyone to the Veil, except for Chiso. Chiso wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think that is kind of the origin of the Cloud Arc, is like them all getting hooked up to the Veil.
She's not thrilled. She thinks Maya's gone. She thinks she's lost Maya to obsession, which seems to be a thread line of anything to do with the Veil. And the Witness, not the Witness, the Traveler, is they talk about obsession a lot and the way that obsession consumes. And it basically ends with Chiso being just super conflicted. And like, she doesn't know what to do. Should she pull the plug? Should she try and pull Maya out of this, or like just admit defeat and I've lost Maya, she's gone?
Yeah, and like
she's lost her mind. I can't get her back.
The voice acting up to this point has been very good, but from this point on, it gets so hard hitting because you can hear the emotion and the sorrow in her voice. She's
devastated.
Yeah.
And then this week's Veil, have you done it?
No, I did last week's a couple days ago, but I haven't done this week's yet. But just I've read your notes. I've read your notes already. Go for it.
So Maya is dead. Maya is dead. No one knows how or why. I guess she just beep boop bye. Lakshmi wasn't complete, and that has Chiso concerned. So she has quarantined Lakshmi, she said. And then Osiris and Nimbus realize there's no dates on the files.
Right, because I was going to say, like, this has all been historical records, and we eventually come to meet Lakshmi, Future War Cult. Shit happens, and we see her die.
So they don't know how long ago that happened.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no dates on the file. We don't even know if the files are in the correct order. True. They sound like they're in the correct order, but there's information missing.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Nimbus says there's 3 more entries left.
Yeah.
So that's where we got the 3-week time frame on that one. And I just thought that was pretty big. Maya's dead. Lakshmi isn't operating as expected, I guess. So Chiso has quarantined Lakshmi too. Bring on next week.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to get spicy.
Yeah, I'm going to go and catch that lore entry tonight and see if I pick up anything else in there. But it's just
spicy.
The drips started slow and are getting bigger every week. And there's like, even just in that one thing you've just told me now, like there's enough of a cliffhanger where I'm like, just tell me the next thing. Like, what are we doing here? Come on, just tell me.
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, we know where she comes from.
Mm-hmm. We know where she goes. Where
she comes from.
Cotton
Lakshmi too. And we've left off on Lakshmi being in quarantine. Her unit has been quarantined. She's been like her connection has been quarantined. Like she's been isolated. So how do we end up with the Lakshmi 2 that we meet and the future war cult? Does she just in this quarantine snap and then develop this ideology and this like political narrative about the Vex?
Well, like by this point, has the like shielding around Neomuna been established? Like, are they already hidden from the rest of humanity?
I can't remember. I don't think I think this is early settlement. I think this is we found the veil. I don't know
where that comes in, where they kind of shielded themselves off. I think it is actually earlier in the veil containment stuff where they're talking about like their interactions with the Vex and that being them interfering with the like atmosphere or something around it.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm wondering if maybe the shielding and then the full development of the Cloud Arc is done by Chiso in spite of Maya, or maybe to protect what Maya had created, because this is her last, it's Maya's legacy. So maybe I think she comes around.
Yeah, I think more what I was getting at is like Lakshmi's in quarantine behind this thing that means we don't know Neomuna exists. At that time. So for Lakshmi to then get out of that, join people on Earth, future war cult, but not reveal anything about Neomuna, there implies some secrecy there of like, is that still this Maya Sundaresh imprint that is like, I'm keeping this information secret, I'm trying to do this other shit acting as a person that is different. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Or does Chiso eventually just get rid of her?
Yeah.
Launch her into space.
Like before she kind of is brought back to life. Yeah. Yeah.
Like what happens is it maybe she's just like, I can't have this fucking thing around me. It's a memory of Maya.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I want more lore.
Yeah. Wednesday, please.
Yes. Well, it's only Thursday. We'll give it 6 days. We'll get some more. Okay. I'll let that wash over me.
It's getting spicy. I'll have to get your opinion when you've listened to it for yourself. I might have missed something.
Yeah.
That's the hard part about jumping on straight after work, is sometimes you're not the most awake.
Some weeks, like when they're doing this kind of weekly rollout of stuff, is like I'm working from home, so I'll get up and like have breakfast, do the weekly story mission before I even start work. But there is a time pressure there, and I often miss things that way. So I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there. Yes, I'm intrigued now. You've piqued my interest. Opened a lot
of really interesting doors, and I'm excited to see where they lead.
I want to know what the next season's called. I don't know why I find that so
What if one day they just commit to the bit and it's just Season of the Redacted? One time.
Okay, no, Season of Redaction, and what you're doing is a complicated set of legal proceedings where you're going through Vanguard archives and you can't like see half of the words in them.
You're the one redacting it.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're having to like delete information. Yeah. The other thing, I finally did this the other day. I went and looked up like a listing of all of the 2 truths, 2 lies that Savathun goes through during Witch Queen. Some interesting kind of contradictions in there even still. Like even with everything we've learned, there are some of them in there that I'm still unclear which way they swing. Most of them are pretty clear by now, but there's a couple where I'm like, just even the words that she says, I'm not sure exactly what is being referred to. There's one that says like the pyramid blade or the pyramid weapon. There's some term like that. And like, we don't really know what that's in reference to, I don't think.
Yeah. So for insight, Savathun is in control of Io, Titan, and Mercury. The Witness returned to Mars from the void. The Guardians will soon learn to move planets, which I mean we did in the latest raid.
Yeah.
The Taken King will return.
That almost happened in the latest dungeon.
Yeah.
And it seems like there are repeated efforts to make that happen.
Returned Mars from the void. I mean, kinda. A piece of it.
She says, like, I returned it.
The witness returned Mars from the void.
I'm pretty sure that was Savathun, right?
Sav did
throne
with the throne world. Savathun is control of Io, Titan, and Mercury.
I don't think so, right? Like, well, maybe. Like, well,
maybe knowing that
she had Mars, brought Mars back. It doesn't mean she's in control of the other three.
Knowing that Long Girl is on Titan.
True.
The Guardians will soon learn to move planets. I mean, we kind of did that in the raid. It was one of the raid mechanics. Catalyst. The Enigma is one key to defeating the Witness.
Yeah, the Enigma. What is the Enigma?
What the Enigma?
Oh, that was the glaive. One of the glaives.
Yeah. The Witness seeks the final shape, which is nothing.
Yeah. I mean, after that Witness origin scene, yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah. The last city is not the last city.
Then we found Neomuna.
The Witness will build its army on Mars.
I don't think so, right?
No.
It's rocking up with the pyramid ships. It already had them.
Yeah. Pact. Osiris is dead. We found out that's not true.
Yep.
Savathun is dead. We found out that's not true because we need her back.
Well, she's dead now. She's dead now.
Unless the big plot twist is she doesn't actually come back, regardless of what we try.
Well, I mean, but where you are in the game when we're getting these the first time, that's like during the campaign before we've killed Savathun, right? Or is it after? Because I forget which ones happen when.
I can't remember. Pact is the second to last one, so maybe after?
Yeah, maybe. Because otherwise, why say Savathun is dead when you're about to go fight her? So I'm pretty sure at the time that's delivered, and even now, that's true.
Yes. The Witness created the darkness, which we found out in that cool cutscene.
Not true.
Oh, no, they found the darkness.
They went and found the veil.
Yeah. And then, did they technically create the darkness then? Or did they call upon it?
I don't think so.
I'd have to watch it again. Your destiny lies beyond the solar system.
That one I believe is true, based on process of elimination with the other ones, and also the portal in the side of the Traveler.
Yeah. Okay, so the final one is choice.
Mm.
The Traveler will leave. It tried.
Yeah, but it didn't. But also at the same time, it has left multiple other civilizations before, so that could still be true.
The Traveler will fall.
I don't know. Depends on the other two, I guess.
The Traveler is not the only one of its kind.
That I think is a lie. Like,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it seems very much like, in terms of the allegory that they're going for with Traveler, Darkness, Winnower, etc., that it's one god on either side of a coin.
Yeah. The Hive are not the last to be chosen by the light.
I mean, yeah, that's like for the same logic as the Traveler will leave. Like, it has before, therefore it stands to reason it would again.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what I mean? Like, it's still not quite clear, even now.
Yeah. Because some of the terminology is still so vague as well, too.
Yeah. So that like set of, 12, 16 statements or whatever, like, I feel like I'm going to keep coming back to it every time we get a little bit more information and be like, does this change anything? Yep.
Interesting.
Old Sav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't looked at those in a while, so I thought it'd be fun just to quickly go over them.
Yeah, see? I only did this a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, damn. I still don't have answers.
I gotta think about some of these ones.
Yeah. Yes. Speaking of thinking about some things, let's get out of here. I'm done. I think that's everything.
Yeah. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thanks for tuning in again. Those of you watching / listening / well, that's it. Those are the two modes. Hit us up with a comment, a question, a like, a subscribe, a
Comment, question, concern.
I'll take a concern. I'll take a question. I'll take comments. I'll take anything. Just say hi. No bummers though, and no angers. Just messages sent in good faith, and well wishes, and we will respond in kind, one way or another. Assuming nothing else goes weird or wrong this week, we'll see you next week. And then if not, we'll see you in 3 weeks by the time I've moved house and got everything set up again. I think that's it.
But it will be almost time for a new season.
It will. We got to figure out. I think this new house, based on where I'll have my desk and stuff set up, it'll be a bit easier for me to swing the idea of streaming some shit again. So if we wanted to get up and live stream that showcase, I'll be down the end of the house, next to the kitchen, at the other end of the house where people will be asleep. And by people, I mean my partner and the pets. So
I will be in the attic.
Oh,
I will be in the walls.
The attic would be very funny. No, I'm not going to do that. The ergonomics up there are terrible. But yes, it is a little bit more feasible once I get settled in, and that would be very fun to do again. The old 2 a.m. fucking showcase shuffle, and then immediately go to sleep and go to work the next day, or just take the day off. I don't know. We'll see. I need to book leave for a bunch of things in the next 3 months. Anyway, that's my problem to deal with, not yours. We'll see you next time here on Erico Blueberry. Bye.
Yeah. Kisses. Little kisses.